you can choose to display an embroidery hoop in the background of your projects, provided there are embroidery techniques in that project. So for example, this phonograph has both cutting and embroidery techniques included. And so I'm just going to zoom out by using this wheel on my mouse to scroll away and show you that I have a cutting mat on my screen currently. And if I use the View drop-down menu, I can choose between cutting mat, hoop, and or both. So if I turn on hoop, I'll have both an embroidery hoop and a cutting mat on my screen. And if I don't want to display one or the other of them, I can just come to the View drop-down menu and, for example, turn off that cutting mat. Now, when I have the embroidery hoop on my screen, I can choose to change the embroidery hoop with the Select Hoop tool at the top toolbar. And here I get a menu where I can choose from a large list of hoops that includes all of the Janome hoops for all the different models of Janome machines. And of course, it includes other sort of generic hoops and then hoops that match other popular brands of embroidery machines as well. So probably the one that you need is there. When you change the hoop, so I'll just grab a different hoop. I can choose whether I want it rotated or whether I want my design to be centered in that hoop. And when I say OK, it'll create the new hoop. Also in that menu, I have the ability to add a new hoop. So if you don't find the hoop that you want and you choose Add New Hoop, you could give your new hoop a name. If it's a rectangular hoop, you can choose the size of it. So maybe I'll make it 100 by 200. I can change the curveness of the corners. So by adjusting this slider, I can kind of set how oval it is or how rectangular it is. I get to choose, where the bracing arms are displayed. So in this case, it's left and right. If I just had sort of the right hand only, I could change it. You can also make an oval hoop. If you type in a square number, it'll give you a circular hoop. And so you can create your own hoops and add them to your collection, so you could really have any size hoop that you want. I won't bother to save this. So that's how you can choose. In the View drop-down menu, you can choose to display your hoop and or your cutting mat. And this really depends on, you won't have the option to display a cutting mat if there's no cutting elements in your project. And you won't have the option to display an embroidery hoop if there aren't any embroidery elements in your project. In this design, we had both. And so I can choose to display both the hoop and the cutting mat at the same time.